Know what it is, man. This is the Bread Tuck Legacy podcast, man. I'm waiting on my partner, Unique B, and we gonna talk about some things, man. I got my beverage. I can't show y'all the label, man, because they're not paying me. Let me sip on you. I'm feeling real good. Got my beverage. Got my fan in the background, so if you're listening to the audio, you're hearing my fan in the background if you're hearing it. And I got that thing just in case somebody run up on me wrong, man. Got my baby here, got my lady here. Everybody got to be protected, man. Daddy got to make sure everybody protected, you know what I'm saying? But waiting on my partner, Unique B, to join in, man. And we're going to talk about some things. Yeah. Teacher Girl 79, what's up with you? My partner Broke BTCH18 just joined. That's my partner Unique, waiting for her to request to get in here, and we're about to do this thing, man. Y'all know what it is. Bread Tuck Legacy podcast featuring Unique B. And please check out her show, the Broke BTCH podcast on YouTube, man. Let me take a sip while I'm waiting on my partner to get in here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Mr. Dip 5 AP3RO, what's up with you? Talking Daddies, what's up with you? Shouting out to the people for my partner. Here she goes to my partner. Then my partner. Then my partner.
What's going on?
See, I greeted you with vocals before you even came on.
And these runs.
My partner Unique B, what's up, girl? Where you at? You at the post office or something, girl?
I'm at work.
Oh, girl, I thought you was in there mailing letters. You able to record right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
My partner run things. Man, my partner Unique B run things. Man, she at work recording on the podcast. What's up, Unique B? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, Unique B. I see you got the earrings and things. You got the hair doing what it do as usual. I know that your Mother's Day was amazing. You doing all right out here?
I'm doing great. Are you over your issues?
Oh, yeah. Listen, I tell you what. You want to know how I'm over my issue? I got a drink in my two-step. Yeah, I got my drink. I'm sipping. I got the big 40-ounce. But I can't say what I'm sipping because they ain't paying me.
They ain't cutting that check.
Yeah, they ain't
coins.
They ain't running that coin. They gotta run that coin. Then I got that thing on me just in case somebody try to run up on me in my garage.
Run up if you wanna. If you wanna.
You know, we out here. Unique B. Me and you are scheduled to talk about something else, something completely different.
Right.
We got another topic that we're going to get to, but as I was coming home from church, I got an alert that said, Morehouse, the school in Atlanta, black men school, they were graduating.
Right.
And the philanthropist, Robert Smith, he was up there doing the, is it the commencement speech?
Correct.
He was up there doing a commencement speech. Hey guys, y'all go out, y'all do what you do, you live your life, you're gonna be great. Oh, and by the way, all your student loans, all 396 of y'all, I'm paying off your student loans. So don't even worry about it. Did you catch wind of that story?
Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness. I know about this guy. He's a tech investor. I think he was an accountant at first. I remember watching an hour-long video about him, and he's married to a white woman. For those who care or don't care, just putting that information out there. He's married to a white woman. But this man paid. He said that he's going to pay for their student loans, and he let them know that in paying for these student loans, it's nothing holding you back anymore, man. Now you free. Ain't no excuses. So if you're a student and you're waiting to get your diploma or whatever, and you're like, man, I'm glad I made it to graduate, but now I got to pay off these student loans. I got to figure out where I'm gonna work. He just took that burden off of you.
Correct.
And as a black man, that's powerful. I just wanted to know where are you at with that? What was your feeling when you heard that or read that?
What was my feeling? My feeling was, is he gonna be the keynote speaker at U of H anytime soon?
I heard that, girl.
Is there a way that those of us who did not graduate from there can, send in an application? You know how you write your little essay to get an extra coin?
Yeah.
Can I send the essay?
Yeah.
I can send receipts and pictures.
Yeah.
We can get the transcript, whatever you need, sir. That's
Absolutely.
how I'm feeling on that.
Oh man, Unique. What could you do if you didn't have student loans? What could you do?
You ain't gonna threaten me with a great credit score, okay? Because don't threaten me with a good time, because I'm gonna turn up. I'm gonna be super lit, lit. Okay,
man. Oh man.
But I say the same thing. We've discussed student loans before, but I feel the same way about credit cards. I was happy when you get that credit card with that, high limit. You think you're doing big things, and then you realize I never should have touched it.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
You know what? You're right. We did have an episode where we talked about Ivanka Trump and her student loan plan and all that could be implemented or whatever. And this brother came out of nowhere and he said, "Hey man, don't even worry about them student loans. I'm gonna take care of that." Let me see. I think I'm having technical difficulties with my partner Unique B. So let me take a sip and let me wait for her to get back in here real quick. Okay. Lost my partner for a second. She gonna jump back in. But for those of y'all that are listening, man, I just want to know, how would you empower yourself if you didn't have student loans? Because I know for myself, my student loans aren't that much. I'm paying like $230 a month, man. And I'm not looking for no brother to come out of nowhere and save me, but you talking about this billionaire brother who just volunteered this. And I'm thinking, oh, okay. If I didn't have to pay these student loans, man, this extra $230, excuse me, I could get a safer car for my baby to ride in. I can put this towards her retirement. Well, not her retirement, but I could put this towards her financial liberation and bring my partner back in on these boys. Bring my partner Unique B back in. But I could bring my baby into her financial liberation. Unique B, it's all good. We lost you back. But Unique B, how would you empower yourself though? If you didn't have these student loans. So this money that you have to pay towards student loans, you're not paying that towards that anymore. And now we're older, right? We're not 23, we're not 20, we have children. Now it's time for us to position ourselves. How would you empower yourself and your family if you didn't have to have the responsibility of paying these student loans anymore?
Well, I think what would be smart for all graduates is to definitely set aside. And when they set aside, just put that money up, right? It's nice to have a cushion. There are things that I have learned that.
Think I'm having more technical issues with my partner Unique, but Handsome Harold says that was a major move for black mankind. I heard that, brother. I ain't mad at that, and I agree 100%. Because as a black man, right, you're trying to provide for your family, man. You're trying to push your family forward. My neighbor that lives across the street from me. My neighbor that lives across the street from me. Appreciate you, Handsome Harold. My boy said this is a great conversation. My neighbor that lives across the street from me. I was having a conversation with him, right? And he told me one day he was upset. He was like, yeah, man, you know, I work in the oil field. I make $50,000 a year, but I might be, you know, it's slow right now. I have to take a pay cut, you know. Excuse me. Then he talked about what his dad left him. His dad left him and his brother a business, and they have land somewhere. And he's like, yeah, I might have to take a pay cut to $50,000 a year. And me being a teacher, I'm like, wait a minute, what? You're making my salary what I get in a, no. He said, I may have to take a pay cut to $50,000 a month. That's what I meant to say. And I'm like, wait a minute. This guy is making my salary, my yearly salary in a month, and that's a pay cut? And his dad left him this land. His dad left him this business. And I'm like, man, I just can't connect with you, man. I'm sorry. I just can't connect because when you look at America, man, and how slavery affected black people and white people, this is where the white privilege comes in, man. White people were on the better end of slavery. They benefited, man. They owned land that they were passed down to generations and generations to where people are benefiting from this now, right? So white people are benefiting from slavery now. I remember having a conversation with a white boy, and the white boy told me that black people should get over slavery. And I said, my God, how could you be that insensitive over something that you've never had to deal with? How could you be that insensitive to something that that your family members have never had to take part in? How dare you even open your mouth to say that? Let me sip on that. Doing me for life. Man, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Doing me for life says this is a good conversation, man. And I appreciate that, man. And thinking about the advantages that other cultures have on black people, man. Even other cultures, and I'm not just talking about white people. I'm talking about people that come overseas from here. You know, your Middle Easterns, your Asians, they come over here and get grants that put them ahead of us. That's why they're able to get they're able to get supermarkets and things in our neighborhoods. Well, not our neighborhoods because we don't own them, but neighborhoods that we live in. And then they treat us bad. So in saying all this, it feels good to see a black man say, hey, man, at least the 396 men that's in this auditorium, y'all aren't going to be bound to student loans. Be free. Go create. Go figure it out. I'm going to take care of your student loans because I get it. I'm going to take care of your student loans. Now use that money that you would pay towards student loans to advance yourself. Think about how much you pay for student loans, man. I pay $230 a month for student loans, but I'm on the lower end. Some people pay $500 a month. Some people pay $700 a month. Some people pay $800 a month and $400 a month. And that's just a lot of money to pay towards school that you're not attending anymore. Think about what you could do with that money, man. I'm going to pull out my calculator, man, because now I'm thinking about it, man. Let's just say you pay $600 a month towards student loans. 3 pillars of wealth. Okay, I heard that, my boy Harold. $600 a month times 12, because it's 12 months in a year. That's $7,200. What could you do with that money? Now, I'm not saying take that money and take a trip. Maybe take a portion of that money, take a trip if you want to. But this guy, Robert Smith, is saving him from paying that. And I read that the average tuition at Morehouse is $33,000 a year. Was it $33,000? Man, I think it's either $33,000 a year or $33,000 overall. No, it can't be $33,000 overall. I'm gonna say $33,000 a year, man. And your boy knocked that out. He said, hey, man, I'm going to take $40 million of my money because I'm a billionaire and I'm going to go ahead and knock that out. My boy doing me for life said, I as well pay student loans, so I also get it. Man, if you don't mind, how much a month do you pay in student loans? Yeah, let me take a sip. And if you want to share that. How much a month do you pay for student loans? Because again, imagine if you didn't have to pay that. We can, man, it's so many things we could do, right? Now you could still have your fun. If you want to, you know, buy nice clothes or whatever, that's fine. Go take a trip, that's fine. But think about the things we could do for our children. Well, I had owed $8,800. I heard, ooh, that's on the low end, man. I ain't mad at that. God bless you. Because right now I'm at 10 and I think because you pay ahead. Shout out to you, man. But think about it, if you didn't have to pay it off. What could we do? We could get money market accounts for our children. We could get mutual funds for our children. Excuse me. We could contribute into a Roth IRA for our children, man. My boy J Sam Leadership, what's up, fam? A Roth IRA. Check this out. This is what I learned when I opened my Roth IRA and I read up on Roth IRAs, man. You could contribute up to $5,500 a year, right? And I think now they raise it to $6,000 a year. So think about this. If you went to Morehouse and that brother Robert Smith wiped out your loans and you don't have to pay $600, $700, $800 a month, you can max out your Roth IRA every year, man. Think about that. Some of us just want to contribute to our Roth IRAs, man. That's all we want to do because we're not in the same position that everybody else is. We just want to contribute to our Roth IRAs. But if you attended Morehouse and you was one of these 396 men that was in attendance and he wiped out your student loans with that 40 million because he a billionaire and he gets it, man, you can now max out a Roth IRA. In addition to finding a decent job, think about it, man. If you don't have student loans, making $50,000 a year ain't that bad. Man, and if you don't have any other debt like that credit card debt and all that, you could pretty much make it happen, man. So I want to say shout out to that brother Robert Smith for doing his commencement speech at the Morehouse University and going in and knocking out the student loans for them young men, because everybody's talking about reparations. And this is why I don't really fool with Bernie Sanders or fool with them other people. Let me take a sip. I'm going to tell you. I know everybody's gassed up about Bernie Sanders. Hey, man, Bernie Sanders, we need Bernie Sanders. Well, when you ask Bernie Sanders about reparations, his response is, I don't think we should just give black people money. We should put programs in place to where, you know, they can receive things and be, well, I'll tell you what, Bernie Sanders, as I said earlier, you are on the side that contributed. Absolutely. Yeah, J Sam, I'm taking it to the head, fam. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. My child in there, she don't see me. And you know, I don't drink in front of my child. My child don't see me, so I'm taking that thing to the head. Pause. And I'm about to, let me sip. But Bernie Sanders, check this out. You do not get to make the decisions on what should help black people or what shouldn't when it comes to reparations, because you are on the side that benefited from slavery. You're on the side that benefited from slavery. So you don't get to get in our mix and say, well, you know what? Giving them a check wouldn't put them in the best position. That is not your decision to make, Bernie Sanders. You know why? Because check this out. If you give black people a check and black people want to go blow their money on go blow their money on shoes and cars and whatever, that would be a idiotic decision. But their ancestors were enslaved and worked for that. So if that's what we want to do, we can do that. True, Stick to your white side, not AA/majority side. I heard, doing me for life, you are on fire right now. But check this out, man. That is not his decision to make. And now some of us will get that check and be like, okay, I got this check. How can I maneuver? How can I go to the next level with this? Huh? So Bernie Sanders, and this is why when it comes to your Bernie Sanders and all your people who are saying, reparations, we should do it this way. That's why I'm not fooling with them. And I want to say, as black people, don't be fooled by these cats, man. But I brought up reparations to say that because we're not in, I feel like as black people, that's just something we're not going to receive. Why would white people say, man, I'm going to go ahead and give them reparations? Why would they say that? Why would they empower us? Why do we look for the ones who enslaved us to empower us? So it's not happening. So when we speak on reparations, that's why I'm compartmentalizing. I'm going to say, because that's not happening, but you have this black man that's like, hey, we're not getting reparations, so check this out. For the 396 of y'all in here, don't worry about the student loans. Y'all went to school on me, free education, with the money that you would have used to pay your student loans back. Go be great. Excuse me. Shout out to Robert Smith, man. Shout out to Robert Smith. So I'm gonna try to bring my partner Unique B back in. We had some technical difficulties. I lost her, and if she's able to come back in, I'm gonna bring her back in for this next subject. My boy Harold say sad, sad, sad. Yeah, man. So, and also black people, don't just give away your vote, man. Don't just give away your vote. That's power. We can't just give away our power, man. So I'm not telling you who to vote for or to vote at all, but just make the best decision for you and your people with your vote, man. And the people that's trying to cheat you out of reparations, they don't have your best interest at heart. I'm gonna put programs in the way. Y'all, your people were the one who enslaved us and put us in these horrible positions. Now I'm supposed to depend on you to be rescued? Nah, fam. I'm cool. Let me sip, man. But we about to talk about abortion next. Let me sip. And I'm hoping that I could get my partner Unique B back in here, because that is a topic that I would love to hear from a woman on, right? The abortion laws of 2000, let me see, 2019. We are so behind on so many levels as a people. I agree. Now, the abortion laws, man. I read the New York Times, right? And you have 8 states that have passed bills to limit the procedure on abortions. And I'm not gonna lie, Donald Trump Donald Trump even said, "Ooh, I'm a stay away from this one." Let me bring my partner Unique B back in. Unique B, bringing my partner back in. Unique B, bringing you back in on the game. You knew.
That's my checkout. Hold up, I'm here. 1 second.
Oh yeah. We good. You got it, Unique B.
Okay, so
Unique B, it's all good.
close that door because the safe is open.
My partner got the safe.
Shut up. In regards to, you wanted to speak on abortion laws. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know what? The abortion laws. Check this out, Unique B. 8 states have said that they're on board with the abortion laws. And even Donald Trump, I read an article that Donald Trump was like, "Ooh, you know what? I don't agree with abortion, but I ain't gonna touch this one." As a woman, I wanted to know where you are with abortion, because everybody, I've been seeing all these posts that say a man shouldn't tell a woman what to do with her body. So I got to hear from you when it comes to abortion.
Facts. Now, let's clarify that when they say that a man should not tell a woman what they can do with their body, this is solely pertaining to the number of congressmen, the people who voted for these laws were all men. I think it was one woman.
Mm.
One.
Mm.
And certain comments were made in relation to this. Now, the problem with a man telling a woman, whether you're raped or whatever the situation might be, you still need to carry that baby.
Mm. Got you. Got
Let's
you.
look at the situation. Okay, so let's look at the numbers. A
Hmm.
majority of people, even if they are together when the baby is conceived, there are a lot of single parent homes now,
Mm-hmm.
mainly mothers taking care of kids. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if this happens and the woman is already single, but yet when she needs assistance, government assistance, she's looked down upon,
Mm.
right? She's
Mm-hmm.
told, well, you should be able to take care of that kid. I didn't want the kid. The law told me I had to have this kid.
Oh.
That's what the law said. The law said I couldn't get. And now I'm trying to use these resources. I didn't want kids at that time because I knew I wasn't ready for kids. And now the law is telling me I got to keep a kid that not only was I not prepared for, but I can't take care of.
Mm. You unique quick
What?
question. And I like because you're showing me something different because I'm not for abortion, but at the same time, I'm not trying to make it a law. But unique, when it comes to, having kids and everything. Now, I'm not talking about being raped or any of that, but when we lay down to have sex with somebody, isn't that a possibility though that a kid could come about from that situation?
That's true. Um, and if you're taking, okay, so, I have a pharmacy tech license, right?
Dang, unique, you do everything.
Shut up!
Girl got a pharmacy tech license. You go to CVS, get your pills. Unique giving you your pills.
So the thing is, did you know that if the pharmacist is uncomfortable and doesn't want to give you a plan B, they don't have to.
Wow, are you
And there's
serious?
nothing there's nothing you can do about it.
Wait a minute, unique. I read. You know what? I was listening to another podcast, and somebody said that if you were to come in multiple days in a row for a plan B or something, they could deny you. So
They
what you're
can't.
saying? Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
That is true. And also, if it is against their religion, if the pharmacist is Jehovah Witness, Muslim, what's the other one? Seven Adventist, and I think the other one is like Kojic, but they have another name for them now. Um, if they are those, and they say, I don't want to give them this pill, they don't have to give them the pill.
Wow. Then why be a pharmacist then? I mean,
I'm a pharmacist, but what I'm saying is, this is my chosen occupation.
yeah.
But I could have been a pharmacist before this drug had even come about.
Mm, okay.
And therefore, when it comes to Plan B, pharmacies do not, by law, have a right when it comes to your religion for the two to interact. So therefore, the law stays out of your religious belief. And because Plan B can be used up to 72 hours after unprotected sex, okay,
Mm-hmm.
then what they feel is some religions, if it's meant to be, it's going to be. And if you take
Mm,
this pill, you're blocking it. So you're trying to block what God already had for you. That's how they
mm,
feel. It's how they feel.
mm.
So you're trying to block that 50-50. I'm going to make it 100 because I don't know what's going to happen. But if that pharmacist does not believe in it, then guess what? They have the right to say no. And there's
Wow.
nothing you can do about it but go to another pharmacy.
That's crazy. Now, how effective is this plan B?
Let me put it, I'll put it like this. It does work when taken correctly. However, if contrary to popular belief, If after that 72 hours, people think that they have up to a week. If you're pregnant, it does not end pregnancy. I don't know where that came from. But if you're already pregnant, you're pregnant. You can take it if you want to. It's not gonna. It's not gonna do anything. But it is most effective within the first 72 hours.
Okay.
But going back to abortion, when you put laws like this in place, you have now invited the law into your bedroom. So when you invite the law into your bedroom, okay, well, since you're saying that once that baby is conceived, whether it's by rape or whatever the situation is, and I have to keep it, then the person who gave it to me can't leave, and they got to take care of it too. Why does, since we're talking about bodies, since we're talking about, you know, what the woman has a right to do and not do with her body, let's go all the way around the table. What about the man? What about the man? Why is it that, first of all, we need to look in 2019 and figure out why these lawmakers feel so comfortable in telling us what we should and should not be able to do. Now, do not get it wrong. I am not about abortion. I am pro-choice. I am pro-choice. However, it's not something that I have to live with, right? I don't know someone's mental state. I don't know somebody's financial situation. And I get that every time you choose to lay down with or without protection, you are running a 50-50 chance of conceiving. I get it. However, the law cannot sit up and make it difficult for people to obtain help and then say, but we're going to force this kid on you. In the short, that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing.
Wow. And you know, it's crazy. I also read something to where in February, I think Trump was a part of something that said, like, if you still, as a physician, as a doctor, if you still participate in abortions, you won't receive certain funds to help aid your situation. And I think I read somewhere, but I didn't fully read this article, but to where when these laws pass in these states, if you do perform the abortion, you could face prison time or lose your license or something like that.
Yeah.
That's tough.
But what do you do? I mean, as a man, okay, what do you do if you two come to this decision together that, hey, I can't take care of it, you can't take care of it. You know, you never know a situation.
Yeah.
What if they're in college and they only got this scholarship based on not just academic, but the other part was paid for based on some kind of sports scholarship. So I'm gonna have to lose it. I have to lose that money. So now we have to make a decision.
But but you also have to know what before you even get into that act, you have to weigh your decisions.
Well, if we're gonna talk about sex, let's just be honest. Per the Bible, the sex is for procreation.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not what sex is used for anymore. So we know, you know, the risks. But what about those who don't know the risks? Because I have been to group homes. And they ended up pregnant. They don't know the risks. They don't know a lot of things. What about them?
Unique, I gotta say this. Unless you're raped or something like that, man, it's hard for me to have sympathy for you. You have to live with your decision. Now you're forced to be an adult. Now you have to figure it out.
Yeah, but what about what? But that's what I'm saying. What about these kids? They're of legal age, but they're not of mental capacity. Yet somebody is talking them into sex, and then they get pregnant. What about them? That's what I'm saying. These laws you're making these decisions and you're not considering everything that can come from it. How fair is that? It's not. It's just not.
I feel you on that one. Now, I do have a soft spot for the kids. Now, if you grown, you just got to figure it out. But them kids, them kids, man. I guess the only option would be to have the baby and give it up for adoption. But I have an issue with kids going into the hands of the state. You know, because I couldn't imagine. You know, Unique. I pray every morning that I live, you know, for the next 30 years at least, so I could be in my baby's life. Her mama lived. You know, my family members who are willing to take care of my child to continue living. Because my biggest fear would be me leaving this earth or us leaving this earth, and now my baby has to go into the hands of the state. Right. So, but you're talking to a guy who's taking care of his child. I didn't abort nobody. But in dealing with, I guess it's making me think a little more, because if you're not prepared to have this child, but you have this child anyway, and you just give it up and put it in the state, look at the baby who was just, wasn't she in the state hands and she got murdered or something like that in Houston, the 4-year-old child?
I don't know. I got to look into that one.
With the stepdaddy lying and all that, and
the one, not the one who was set on fire.
No, the other one. I'm jacking up the information, but I think the baby
Malia?
Yes.
Oh, no, she was with her mom. The mom was out of town. The stepdaddy was supposed to be taking care of her. But okay, so your suggestion is put them in the system, make them adoptable. Let's talk about, but wait a minute. In theory, that sounds great.
Yeah.
But let's look at the number of our color that are actually already in the system and have not been adopted. Let's look at the number of kids above the age of 2 that are having other issues. Let's look at the number of children that nobody wants that black baby. So now you're saying that, hey, instead of aborting, we're going to put them in the system. That just puts more kids in the system. Then they get a group of people who are looking for a check. So then we sitting up here sending them to these foster homes, and they really could give 2 shits as long as that check is being cashed every month. And those children are then in abusive and neglectful situations. And we're just putting more and more children in the same situation. It doesn't work. Like I said, in theory, it would be great. But in reality, it's not working. It doesn't work without them. So how's it going to work with them?
Dang, you're right, Unique. That's a tough, oh my God. That's a tough thing. Unique, I guess you converted me. I guess I'm pro-choice. Cause Unique, I don't know the next best solution. I don't know.
The next best solution is for all these 50+ white men to get their heads out of our vaginas and let us deal with the situations that we are living in today. Because at the end of the day, any woman who aborts a child, and I know some women who have, they have to live with that. We don't need, as women, a man saying, get rid of them. Oh, no, you can't abort it. But then they are the ones who have to struggle, have to find a way to feed them, have to find a way to take care of them. And then you have to wonder why women are going crazy and they killing all these babies, and they don't have the time, and they don't have the resources, and they don't have the mental health that they need. But you saying, I got to keep this kid. Oh, okay. But you're not going to take care of it. Because the minute I find a part-time job and try to apply for food stamps or Medicaid, you say I make too much.
See, I ain't think about that.
Stay out of my vagina. Period. So when you made the broad comment about men, they're saying that men can't tell you what to do. I'm not saying all men. I'm saying the laws need to
Get
stay
lost.
out of the bedroom. The
Mm.
conversation, if it was willing, needs to be had between the two people that made that child. And if that person was raped and they don't know any other way to deal with it, that is between them and God. It has nothing to do with anyone else.
Mm. Mm.
My opinion.
Oh man, there you have it. Another fire podcast. And you know what the title of this one's gonna be?
Oh
Stay out my
Lord.
vagina. Featuring Unique B, man. She converted me because like I said, I was along the lines of, hey man, we not doing abortions, but I don't know about a law. But now after my sister Unique played everything out for me, man, the only comeback rebuttal I had was, I guess you got to have them put them up for adoption. But when you talk about a black kid, putting that black kid in the system, that child becomes jacked up.
It does.
So I guess I guess I got to get me a pro-choice T-shirt out here. My God, Unique.
Hey,
Oh
I'm
man.
open to talk about it. We could talk about it, but we're going to come with the numbers and the facts, and that's just the fact of it at all times.
Oh, man. Oh, check this out. Another phenomenal podcast, another phenomenal episode, man. Check this out. We had technical difficulties at first,
In the
but my partner
beginning, right?
Unique came back in and she gave you fire, man. She's in there with the safe right now. She had to lock the door, tell people don't come in here. I got the safe in here and I'm recording a podcast. That is the power of a black woman. She will protect the money and she can record a podcast at the same time, man.
You
But
know
you know
what?
what it is?
Where's your wife?
Yeah.
She needs to come
Yeah.
get you.
Yeah. You know what it is, man. It's the Bread Tuck Legacy podcast. Check out my partner Unique B on her show, the Broke
Bro,
BTCH podcast.
18, yes,
Yes.
podcast. And we're also on YouTube at Unique B. And as always, y'all can catch me on the Bread Tuck Legacy podcast every week with this boy right here and talk about your book, Chris. Go on, boy.
Yes, you know what it is. Defeating the Struggle Journal Entries of a Conqueror is available on Amazon right now, man. Go grab that book, man. I got the link in this. I'm going to put the link to the book in this in information box. I'm going to put Unique's information in the information box, man. And we just pushing forward. And we about to change the world, man. But y'all know what it is. Bread Tuck Legacy Podcast, man. See y'all next week. Y'all mucho take it easy. All right, Unique girl. Go count that money.
Bye, boy.